Hey guys, it's March. Spring has sprung. I've had so much energy over the last couple of days. Like I just got a burst of it. It's been sunny almost every day this week. It did rain a little bit, but it's been sunny. It's sunny today and it's beautiful outside. It's been in like the mid to low 50s up to like the mid 60s. Perfect. Perfect. Stunning. It's been warm. The grass is green, like really green. There's flowers blooming. Spring showed up and she showed out, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's technically not spring until like March 20th or something, but in my heart, it's spring. Because as far as I'm concerned, she's here. She came a little bit early. No one's complaining. No one's complaining. Well, somebody might really like winter, but I am not complaining. So today we're doing like a monthly reset-esque type video. We're not doing like last month. It's gonna be a little different than that. But anyways, let's just get into it, all right? I've spent the last few days getting the house reset, and I finally got the laundry closet decluttered and organized, and if I do say so myself, it looks pretty freaking good. A lot easier to use, like way easier. I was sick for a few days, and February was just really busy in general. It was just a busy month for me. So my house kind of got out of control for, you know, various reasons. I wasn't here, and then I was here, and then my mom was here, and then she wasn't here, and then I got sick, and then I didn't feel good, and etc, etc. Here we are. Anyways, I just took some time this week to get it back in order, and I finally folded and put away all of my clothing. I know. I'm proud of myself too. But I'm feeling so much better with the house in order, and I don't feel like super chaotic in the mornings, thank God. I was waking up and walking out here and just going like just heavy sigh, you know. But I got the house in order, got stuff done, and here we are. So yeah, I spent the last few days just getting stuff done, doing random tasks, doing various tasks around the house that needed to be done. I took some recycling, I took some stuff to Goodwill, etc, etc, and my house is finally in a state that doesn't drive me crazy when I get up in the morning. But yeah, I did want to just go over, do like a little February reflect situation, and just reflect on the month. If you missed my February reset video, you can watch it. There's a little thing that's gonna pop out on one of these corners where I linked to the video. So if you haven't seen that, you can watch that one up there. The format's a little different than what this video is gonna be, but same kind of premise. But you can watch that up there if you want. But yeah, I just wanted to mention some goals that I had reached in February. So I'm not gonna go through the whole list just because it's like a lot. But if you do wanna see my goals from February, you can check that reset video that I linked up there. But let's just go over what I accomplished in February. So the first thing that I accomplished in February was reading 3 fiction books. I actually read 8 fiction books. These are the books that I read. I'm gonna be doing a reading vlog later this week, so if that's something you're interested in seeing, just keep your eye out for it because it's gonna be going up. I only read 1 nonfiction book, but I'm still reading through Atomic Habits because I'm trying to work through it and apply it. I think I've said this like 1,000 times, but I'm trying to apply it as I read through it. So one of the things that I did this month was I went on my sister's bachelorette trip. That's out of my comfort zone. Going and staying in a house with people for an extended period of time is not something that I normally do. And it's not normally something that I would consider an activity that I enjoy, but I had a lot of fun. It was super fun. We had a lot of good food. We played games. We watched movies. It was just a really good chill weekend. We actually spent 1 day in Charleston, so that was really fun. I had a daily smoothie. Well, every day except for the weekend when I was in South Carolina, but that's just because I'm picky about the texture and we didn't have a good blender. I did save the $1,000 that I wanted to save. We didn't get our taxes done, but we did schedule the appointment to get it done. They just didn't have any open in February. And I did stay under the grocery budget. I did have my family call. I went to brunch twice, not just 1 time. And Brenton and I watched TV together pretty much every single night of March. So we did get our 3 dates in. Didn't get any of my lifestyle goals. And then For my home goals, I did declutter 28 things, I did shine the sink, and I did clean and organize the laundry closet, and it looks really good. So yeah, those are my goals in February that I did accomplish. There's a whole list of them that I did not accomplish, but those are the ones that I managed to check off. But yeah, let's go over my goals in March. My goals in March are going to be a little bit different. I changed the categories up a little bit, but let's just get into those really quick. So for personal, I have it printed out on paper here. So for personal, I have read 6 fiction books, do something out of my comfort zone, and finish Lego flowers. I have a Lego botanical Lego set that's like flowers in a vase, and I have been trying to finish it. I should have finished it months ago, but I started it when we had Pimento, and I couldn't finish it because he steals Legos, and I just haven't done it since he left. So I want to get that done. For my health goals, I want to walk daily. I want to work out 2 times a week, and I want to eat out only once a week. I know the eat out thing's not realistic. I don't expect myself to actually succeed at that goal, but hopefully I'll at least only eat out twice a week. But I was gonna say, for my workout 2 times a week, one thing I'm putting in place to help me achieve that goal this month is I signed up for Copilot. If you don't know what Copilot is, it's like a personal training program app situation, and you sign up and it's like $129 a month. This is not sponsored, by the way, but it's like $129 a month, and they match you with a personal trainer. And then you have like an onboarding call, and your personal trainer figures out like what your goals are, what you're wanting out of the Copilot app, etc., what limitations do you have, if you have any health issues or anything like that. And then they create like a personalized plan for you, and then you talk to them, like you chat with them through the app. You can do video call check-ins with them. You can schedule them every week if you want. And it's just really nice. And my coach Melissa is really awesome. She posted some like stretch routines. My first workout isn't until Monday, but she posted some stretch routines so I could figure out how to use the app and get familiar with it. So that's exciting. But yeah, I was just gonna mention it in case you guys were looking for a personal training situation, but you don't necessarily want to go to a gym and pay someone. They can do like at-home workouts and that kind of jazz. So if that's something you're interested in, check it out. Again, not sponsored, not affiliated. Other than Melissa, they don't know who I am. For my finance goals, I want to save $1,000 again. It's going to be harder this month because we have some big expenses coming out, but I think if I penny pinch, we can do it. I need to stay under our grocery budget, which I've so far succeeded. And then I need to make a moving budget. So I'm going to be posting a video later in the month about me and Brenton moving out of this apartment, but I need to make a budget for it because there's always stuff that comes up that you don't expect. You always need more boxes than you anticipated. You lose your tape, so you have to buy more tape, etc. So I just want to come up with like a budget to try and stay under that. So I turned my family and friends category into relationships. So for my relationships category, I want to do 1 family call. I want to spend 1 day with a friend. I actually already have this scheduled. I'm going to Biltmore with my friend Spain. And we're just going to spend the day on the grounds and like do a picnic and all. And then I want to do a movie night with Brenton. And that's basically where we both order pizza or bake pizza. We both get pizza and then we choose a movie and we watch it together virtually. And then I changed lifestyle to work because I felt like my lifestyle goals and my personal goals kind of went under the same category. So for my work goals, I want to do 2 Skillshare courses. If you don't know what Skillshare is, it's an online learning platform. And they have all these different videos where you can learn about like how to edit videos, how to edit pictures, how to take Instagram pictures, how to watercolor paint, how to use Adobe Illustrator, all that kind of stuff. You can find it on there, and you just pay like a monthly fee or like an annual. But it's really good. I love it. I use it. I usually do at least 1 course a week, but I would like to do 2 Skillshare courses that are specifically like YouTube courses, like how to edit videos, how to film videos better, etc., etc. And then I want to do 3 InDesign projects. So if you don't know, I've been studying Adobe Creative Suite. I've got like this thing called a classroom in a book, and I've just been working through it. They use projects and teach you how to use the programs, and then after you finish the book, you should be able to do the Adobe certification test and get certified through Adobe. So I'm trying to do that so that I can do like graphic design stuff. And then I would like to post to Instagram at least 4 times a week. I'm not good at posting Instagram. I'm not good at posting to Instagram, mostly because I just don't think about it. So I'm trying to be more mindful of that. I want to post more often. You know how it goes. I mean, I don't know how else to say that. I just need to post more. This is my Insta tag if you guys want to follow. And then this is, you guys just hit me up here. This is my Instagram. You can follow me if you want. It's not like super channel oriented for here. It's just stuff I post in my daily life, but it's realistic, so. And then for my home, I want to declutter 31 things. That's 1 thing a day. I want to reorganize my coffee table. I'm actually getting rid of my coffee table when we move, but I still have like 3 to 4 months until that happens, so I just need it to be like orderly. And then I would like to do like a deep spring cleaning. I don't always succeed at these, mostly because I hate cleaning. But I really need to like dust my baseboards. I need to like deep dust my fans. I need to get like on the stepladder and like really clean them. And then I really want to figure out how to take the plate off the front of my microwave so that I can clean it, because it's disgusting. Whoever lived here before, I don't think ever cleaned that microwave. And no matter how hard I try or what tools I use, I can't get into the little slats on the vent thing at the top. So we'll see. But those are my goals for March. Are we gonna succeed? Hopefully. I'm not gonna put a lot of pressure on myself because we are striving for progress and not perfection. Right, guys? Progress, not perfection. Let's not forget, okay? Anyways, now that we're done with like our little recap situation, let's do some favorites. So in February, I watched a decent amount of TV. I watched Warehouse 13, Eureka, and Emily in Paris. For YouTube, I've been watching Carter Sullivan. She's Canadian. She does like a lot of lifestyle content, but I like a lot of her videos. Mikkel Jancy's still watching her. She's great. I still watch all of the YouTubers I talked about last month too, but some of them I've just been watching more than the others this month. And this is a favorites video, so. Some people didn't make the cut. And then I've been watching Samantha Joe. She's from Wisconsin or Minnesota or something like that. But she lives in Nashville currently, I think. She's just kind of funny to watch. Emma's Rectangle, still watching her. Actually, if you guys could like send out some good thoughts, her family lost her grandmother recently, so I know that's not easy. So if you could just like send up some prayers, some positive vibes, etc. I think that would be really nice. And then Hannah Elise, she lives in New York, and I just like watching her content. I have this concept of myself that I like to live in big cities, but realistically I probably wouldn't like it, but I just live vicariously through people like Hannah. So Hannah Elise, she's really cool. And then Becca Watson, I just recently started Becca Watson, like probably the last week of February, and mostly she does like lifestyle content, but she is the most beautifully shot videos. Like she just really knows how to use angles and lighting. And I aspire to be that good at angles and lighting one day. It's really hard in this apartment though, because this is like the only place in the whole apartment that has good lighting. Like literally the only place. I'm hoping our next apartment has more windows. So for my favorite books this month, like I said, I read 8 books, but these were my top 3. The Beantown Girls by Jane Healy. It is a really good book. It's a historical fiction, and it is based on these 3 women that are from Boston. One of them has like lost her fiance, and she goes overseas. She volunteers for the Red Cross during World War II as a club mobile girl. If you don't know what that is, in World War II, to like help soldiers keep their spirits up, they had women that volunteered with the Red Cross, and they would take these big trucks with like small kitchens in the back, and they would make donuts and coffee, and they would hand out like candy and cigarettes to the troops. So they would like go around all these different outposts and stuff and basically just cheer up the soldiers. And so these 3 girls volunteered for this Red Cross program, and it's a story about like their friendship and how they like made it through the war. But it's a really good book. I almost started crying. Hold on. Sometimes some sentences get me, man, and I will just tear up immediately. And then the second book that I really liked this month was These Tangled Vines by Julianne McLean. This book is based in Italy, so I don't think anyone questioned whether I would like it or not. But it's a good book, in my opinion. You may not like it, but I really liked it. This flip-flops back and forth between a daughter and her mom, but they're in two different time periods. So like the girl's like, I think in her 30s, and it flip-flops between her 30s and when her mom was in her 30s. And basically what happens is she gets word that her biological father has died, and then she goes to Italy where he lived to figure out, apparently like he left something to her, and she has to go there and like figure out what it is. And then she finds out she has like half siblings and all this jazz. Anyways, it's a good book. Very good book. Makes you want to go to Italy. Personally, it made me want to go to Italy. That's not hard because I always want to go to Italy, but good book, good book. And then The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. This is the first Kristen Hanna book that I have read. I have heard that a lot of people don't like this one as much as they like The Nightingale, but I've not read The Nightingale yet. And so I'm going to give my opinion based on not having read The Nightingale or any of her other books. I liked this book. This was about the Dust Bowl. If you don't know what that is, back in the day, like around the Great Depression era, there was this situation in, I think like the Midwest, where the Great Plains and all the topsoil had just been destroyed. And so there were these huge dust storms. People couldn't grow crops. People were being displaced. And a lot of people packed as much as they could up and went to California for work. And a lot of them ended up in really bad situations. And this is following a family through that process. But it's a really good book. I really liked this book. It was one of my top 3 for the month. I would highly suggest, especially if you like historical fiction. I think most people are gonna like it. But like I said, I've not read any of her other books, so I don't have anything to compare it to. For my podcast this month, I continued listening to Anything Goes with Emma Chamberlain, but I also started listening to Body Love Mindset Connection with Shannon Clay. And this is just like a body positive, personal self-love, self-growth, health situation. Basically like mending your relationship with your body and with food, etc. My favorite songs for the month were You Make Me Feel Like Dancing by Leo Sayer. I freaking love this song. If this song comes on, I'm immediately like hyped, okay? Hard to Forget by Sam Hunt. Again, I hear this song and I'm like, oh, we're about to have a good like minute to 3 minutes. I don't know how long the song is. And then Flowers by Miley Cyrus, which obviously has blown up recently, so it's no shock that it's on my list of favorites for the month. I got cold. I had to put a sweater on. Anyways, let's get into products. This is my favorite section of my favorites sections of the videos. Did that make sense? This is my favorite part of doing favorites because I don't know, I like buying stuff and I like using stuff and I like things that make my life easier. And this, I feel like this is a good month. We've got some good stuff here. The first thing I want to show you is my O-Snap. This is the phone grip that I have on my phone. I like it because it's really thin, so when I go to stick it in my pocket, especially if my hands are full, the pop socket that I used to have would get caught on the lip, like the edge of my pocket, and I would have to put stuff down just to get it in my pocket so it wouldn't fall out. This one is so thin, it's like the thickness of a nickel. It's so thin that I can just slip it in my pocket without any issues, no resistance. It pops out, you hold it similarly to a pop socket, and it rotates, so you can rotate it around if you're watching videos or whatever. It's really handy. It also has this kickstand function, and you can kickstand it horizontally or vertically. So if you're watching a movie or TV or YouTube or something, you can have it horizontally propped up, and then if you want to read like a recipe or you're reading a book or whatever, you can prop it up vertically. This is such a handy little thing, man. That's not even the best part though. The best part is this phone grip makes your phone MagSafe compatible. If you don't know what that is, MagSafe is a accessory and charging technology that Apple has integrated into their newest phones. And basically the magnetic phone battery packs, magnetic chargers, magnetic phone mounts, they all work with MagSafe. So a MagSafe phone, you can use one of these wireless chargers where it clips on, and then if you like are wirelessly charging your phone but you need to pick it up for a second, you don't have to stop charging your phone. It's just like stuck to your phone, but you can just pop it off if you need to like take your phone and do something. And you don't have to worry about like plugging it in. It just like snaps on. They also have these like battery packs that look like this, and they just stick to the back of your phone. So if you're like traveling, if you're walking around and your phone dies, you can just pop it on there and then keep using your phone. You don't have to worry about like a cord dangling down to a battery pack or anything like that. So super handy. But my favorite part is that you can stick it to anything. Like, you can literally stick it to anything. You can stick it to metal doors, refrigerators, anything that's a magnet will stick to, your phone will stick to. It's super handy. When I'm video calling Brenton, I will actually stick this to the refrigerator. And it works with a magnetic phone mount. I always hated my pop socket phone mount because it was always hard to get the pop socket in place properly. And this one, it literally just snaps on there. Super handy. I'm obsessed. You should get one. They come in different colors, and they make your phone MagSafe compatible, so you can use magnetic chargers, which is honestly just like prime life at that point. The second thing I want to talk about is my Stanley water bottle. I love this water bottle. It's very similar to my Stanley cup. The only difference is it is leak proof. It has a flip top, and it's got this handle. It's really nice. It's really sleek. It fits in cup holders. I like this because if I'm going, like, say if I were to ride in the back seat of my truck, we don't have cup holders, so I could take a drink with me and not have to worry about it spilling on the carpet or on the seat. I usually take this to the gym with me when I work out. If I knock it over, it's fine because it's not going to spill. It holds 30 ounces of water, so it still holds a decent amount of water. I'm not going to have to keep refilling it while I'm at the gym. And it's just cute. It's cute. I can throw it in my bag. If I want to throw it in my gym bag or my book bag, if I'm going to the library, I just pop it in there. Good to go. Good to go. Super cute and perfect if you're riding in someone's car that either has small cup holders or no cup holders in the back. This next one, listen, I'm obsessed with this thing. I'm obsessed with all these things, but this thing, I feel like it's gonna come in real handy when me and Brenton move. You'll learn more about that later, but right now, this makeup case. This is the Cosmetic case by Base. I got it in pink. It comes in a bunch of different colors, but basically, it's just like, it looks like a normal cosmetic case, right? But the handle folds flat on it, so you don't have to worry about it bunching up when you're packing. You don't have to worry about it creasing or bending or whatever. It just folds flat up against the case. When you open it up, there is a spot on the lid, or flap, whatever you're gonna call it, where there's a mirror. The mirror comes with the case, and the mirror folds out and stands up by itself so you can do your makeup. Really nice. And then it's got a specific place to go back, so you don't have to worry about it like clashing around in your bag, possibly getting broken. And it's like a good metal mirror too. It's not like a plasticky mirror. And then this section with the brushes, it actually magnetizes to the inside of the case. So you can take this brush section out. It holds your brushes. It has a flap on it so your brushes don't get, you know, a bunch of crud on them. They stay cleaner. They stay organized. It's super nice. And then on the back side, there's a zipper pocket where you can put things like eyeliners and other things, tweezers, I don't know, makeup things. And it's just big. It fits like multiple palettes plus your foundation plus your, you know, like primers and all that jazz. It fits pretty much anything you need for travel. And if you don't have a super big makeup collection, like if you just have your day-to-day stuff, like I feel like most people do, you can keep it all in this one spot. And then when you're traveling, you don't have to pack your makeup. You can just take your case and pop it in there. And it's cute. It's so cute. We're going on a cruise for Christmas with my family, and I'm so excited to use this on the cruise. Because the last time I had so much trouble with my makeup. It's actually the one reason that I bought this case. And last but not least, probably my favorite thing on this list, which is that's hard to say because I really love all of these things. But, and don't come at me because I know some of you guys are going to be like, oh my God, what a millennial. Listen, this is a good product, okay? And I'm not saying this specific brand. This specific brand is a good product, but I feel like this concept in general is good. Let's get to it. My Kindle. Listen, I freaking love this thing. I used to be one of those people that's like, I don't read ebooks. I only read real books. And listen, I do still love real books. In fact, I would say I like them more than the Kindle. They're romantic. They feel good. They smell good. They're just nice. You sit on the couch, you put a nice sweater on, cover up with a nice comfy blanket, get a hot tea, turn on the lamp, light a candle, pick up your book, and just have the best day ever, right? Like the way a library smells, all the books, oh my God, they should make a candle that smells like that. If they do, let me know, I'm gonna buy it. I love real books, okay? I will never be one of those people that only reads ebooks. I'm just not that girl. But I do read ebooks now. I'm not an only physical book girl anymore. And let me tell you why, okay? I have joint problems. So I have joint pain, chronic joint pain, and I have grip issues. My hands just randomly drop things for no reason. I just lose my grip easily. And books this size or bigger, and most of the books that I read are very big. But they're painful for me to use. I get library books a lot, but you can't read library books in the bathtub. That's why I like to read. Why? Because you can't risk dropping them, because you don't want to water damage a library book. Speaking of, off topic, can we just all agree to not eat while we're reading library books? I can't tell you how many grease stains I have found in library books. If you're eating something that's going to damage the book, don't. Eat and then read. Don't abuse your book like that. Anyways, moving on. Library books don't belong to you. Don't damage them. Moving on. Sorry, that was a tangent. This is where Kindle comes in. Waterproof. Small. Compact. Easy to hold. With this book, if I'm reading it like this, okay, this thing, this switching back and forth thing can get really painful when you have chronic pain in your wrists, okay? You don't have to do that with this. You get in just boom, boom, boom. None of this jazz, right? Another benefit of this, and one I'm really looking forward to using, is this is backlit. So if you pull this little menu down, you can brighten this and dim it, which is gonna come in really handy when my husband comes home from work and I'm staying up late reading, because that's who I am, and he's trying to sleep. I like to sit in bed and read. Used to, I'd have to leave the lamp on, or I'd have to come out here because the light would keep him up, but not anymore. Now, I can just dim this down and read it in bed. And then if I want to go outside and read, if I want to go to the beach and it's super sunny, I can still read it. Still legible in the sun. It's just, honestly, it's great. Another thing, if you hold down on a word, summer. Dictionary, the warmest season of the year in the northern hemisphere from June to August. Searching Wikipedia, summer is the hottest of the 4 temperate seasons. Translation to Italian, estate. Right? Super informative, really nice, especially if you don't have a big vocabulary, if you're just starting out reading, or you just find a word that you don't know what it is. Now you do. You just look it up. You don't have to pull your phone out. You don't have to get distracted. No TikTok. It's right here. It's right in your hand. But what I think I'm really going to love it for, and I haven't tested it out because I haven't been able to yet, is traveling. Now listen, like I said, I read fast. I can read, if I don't have anything to do, like when I'm on vacation and I have a lot of free time, I can read like 6 books in a week. I read very quickly. If I'm not busy, if I don't have like responsibilities to do, I know I said responsibilities wrong. I was making a Rugrats reference just in case you didn't know. Anyways, if I don't have stuff to do, like if I can just sit and read for hours, I can read like 6 books in a week. Sometimes more, depending on how big the books are. I can read multiple books in a day, okay? When you travel, you can't just be carrying around like 8 or 9 books. Well, you can, but it's heavy. Trust me, I know, I've done it before. The first cruise we went on with Brenton, I brought a bag just for books. I had a bag just full of books, and he was like, what? What is this? And I was like, they're my books. He was like, why are there so many? And I was like, because I read really fast, and if I don't bring this many, I'm gonna run out of books to read. I don't have to worry about that with this. I can bring as many books as I want, and if I run out, I can just download a new one. Compact. It fits in one bag. I don't have to have a whole bag full of books. I can just put it in my purse or my carry-on. And the battery lasts forever. I've had this for probably a month now, and I've only charged it once, and that was like 2 days ago. I've had it for weeks, and I've read it every single day for hours a day, and I just had to charge it a few days ago. I'm sorry, listen. I'm not telling you that you have to go buy one. I'm just saying, if I were you and you read a lot, Maybe you're disabled. Maybe books are heavy. Maybe, you know, I don't know your circumstance, but this could add a lot of value to your life. I'm interrupting because I just thought of something else that I didn't mention in the video originally, having to do with the Kindle. So, another benefit that might be great for some of you. If you're dyslexic, Kindle has the open dyslexic font. So if you don't know what that is, if you're not dyslexic, and even if you are, you may not have heard of it. This is a font that was designed specifically to help dyslexic people read better. The letters are weighted. They're each individually designed so that it helps people who are dyslexic read easier. So if you're someone who's dyslexic, but you like to read, but you just struggle to read, you can actually get books on the Kindle in the Open Dyslexic app, which is really nice because then you don't have to worry about hunting down Open Dyslexic printed books, because there's not a lot of them. Also, a lot of people with like ADHD, autism, etc. also find that this font is easy to read. Not everyone, obviously, but a lot of people do. So if that's something you struggle with, but you really want to get into reading, or you already love reading and it's just like hard for you, consider getting a Kindle, because you can get that font on it. I'm just going to show you, just in case you have this already and you didn't know. You can click here at the top and press these two A's. Go here. And then you have all these font options, and then the Open Dyslexic is over here. I personally use Bookerly, but you can just click Open Dyslexic and go back, and then your book will be in that font. So if you already have a Kindle and you didn't know that, and you think that font might help you, that's how you get to it. And if you don't have a Kindle but you want to get into reading, but you're not sure like that you want to invest in reading or a Kindle when you have dyslexia, this might be a good option for you. So look into that, and back to the video. If you've been thinking about it, if you've been considering a Kindle Paperwhite, that's what I have, by the way, a Kindle Paperwhite. If you've been considering this, I say go for it. It's not cheap. It's like $100 and something. They did have it on sale the other day though, so see if it's still on sale. But it's like $100 and something. But if you think about it, if you read like I do, it'll pay for itself in a month. Listen, you might have to save up for it, and that's okay. But I'm serious, if you read as much as I do, this could be a really good investment. Like I said, I'm still gonna read physical books. Love me a good physical book. But in some situations, this is just a better option for me. Especially like if I was reading the Harry Potter series, this would be so much better because some of those books are big. The book I'm reading now is called One Italian Summer, and I actually rented this from the library. So my library works with the app Libby, Libby, and it's basically like an online ebook rental management situation. And you can get them on your Kindle. So I go on there, I put a hold on the books I want, and then you can go in. Once it tells you it's available, you can go in, you can check it out, and then you can have it sent to your Kindle. So you can read it on here. And that's what I'm doing now. This is a library book. And I think that's super freaking handy. Super nice. I have a whole list of books that I'm going to be getting on my Kindle. So super handy. This is what the app looks like. If you have a library card, you log in with your library card information, and then you can rent books from that library. So check that out. There. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I realized the format wasn't that different, but there were some technical issues. But I'm going to try to do better the next time I do one of these. I don't think I'm going to do one next month, and possibly not the next, just because I'm going to be really busy. I'm not going to have time for like goals and stuff like that. But the next time I do one of these resets, I'm going to try really hard to make it less boring. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't super boring for you. I hope you're having a wonderful season. It's basically spring. We're just going to say it's spring. I hope you're having a wonderful spring. I hope you're having a good March. If you did like the video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you would like to see more content by me, you can hit the subscribe button down below. Other than that, I love you guys. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a wonderful spring. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
She goes her own way, like I don't give a damn, girl.